escorted by Amy Powell and Andy Ballard. He participated in football, basketball, and track. He plans to go to school to become an electrician. For this most, the pre-practice shenanigans, the team dinner talks with the boys, and the post-game dance parties. But more importantly, I will miss the camaraderie and brotherhood his team brought to him. He'd also like to thank his coaches, teammates, and family for constantly pushing him to be the best athlete he can be. Ladies and gentlemen, number 32, take Powell. Seniors, on this night and every day moving forward will be filled with memories that will last a lifetime. On this night, years from now, you will not remember the wins and losses of each season, but the people that took this journey with you and never let you look back. Play your heart out tonight and leave knowing you've given it all you've got just one last time. Leave knowing that you are one of the lucky ones. Remember the love, remember the defeat, remember the laughs and the tears, remember the battle wounds, and remember the coaches that pushed you and never let you give up. On behalf of Baker High School, the city of Baker, and Bulldog fans here and around the world, we thank you for your commitment, passion, and dedication to Baker High School athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and show these senior athletes just how much you appreciate their efforts. Now let's get ready for game time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Bulldog fans, Buck fans, wherever you are joining us. My name is Jesse Taub, and I am going to be with you tonight for this final regular season matchup in District 5. The Bulldogs coming in tonight off of a difficult loss last week at Crook County. Same goes with Pendleton Nikiawe here. They came off a tough loss. They played at home against LeGrand, but if you didn't see that game, it was quite a swamp on the field. It was pouring down rain, and both teams predominantly only were able to run the game. So that was kind of an interesting little matchup there. The Bulldogs right now are sitting at 2-2 in District 5. They are tied with Crook County at 2-2. Pendleton are currently in second place in 3-1. LeGrand on top, I believe, with a bye tonight at 5-0. So this is going to be a big game tonight. You have both the Bucks and the Bulldogs fighting to get into the state playoffs. Again, nothing is guaranteed at this moment. However, the Bucks are looking fairly good to get in. The Bulldogs are going to need to win tonight to ensure that they are in. But for the Bulldogs, if they lose, they are out. And Crook County, Pendleton, and LeGrand will represent District 5 in the state tournament. So a big game here for the Bulldogs, not to mention, obviously, senior night. If you were joining us here previously, you saw some of those festivities. The Bulldogs coming in with 6 seniors tonight. Just want to give a quick shout out to all of them. First of all, Tate Powell, both a tight end, running back, and linebacker. He's 6 foot, 195. Tate plans to attend school to be an electrician. Another senior, David Shaw, number 59. He's the center for the Bulldogs, and certainly their emotional captain and leader on the field. As the Bulldogs make their way onto the field, he is in the smack dab in the center, carrying the hammer, leading this team into battle. David Shaw himself plans to attend school to be a lineman. Another senior, Jacob Mills, number 51, playing defensive and offensive line tonight. The Bulldogs dealing with a little bit of injuries, but Mills has been a regular on the defensive line for the Bulldogs tonight. He is planning on joining the Marines after graduation as well, so obviously we wish him nothing but the best. He's a great kid as well. All of these seniors, all really great individual people. Another senior, Jaden Grisham-Clark. He plays offensive and defensive line, number 71. He as well heading off to a trade school to become a pipe welder. A lot of these guys taking advantage of those trade schools, and currently relatively high salaries and high in demand for those positions. So that's going to be great for them. 2 more seniors, number 75, Ryan Brown. He plays both offensive and defensive line. He is a bit undecided what he wants to do, but he will be attending a trade school of some sort. He wanted to make that clear. And then finally, number 90, Jonathan Ferrante, is a senior, 6'2", 170. Hasn't played a whole lot. He is an international student from Italy, and he plans to return back there next year to finish his schooling in Italy before coming back to America, hopefully, to attend college. So that's the set of 6 seniors for the Bulldogs here tonight. Again, I anticipate a great game here. Both of these teams, they're familiar with each other. Although Pendleton wasn't in the Greater Oregon League previously, they are familiar with each other. These kids know each other. And I'm going to be quiet so we can listen to the national anthem.
With the singing of our national anthem, performed by Baker's own Rachel Shaw.
So proud
All right, a beautiful performance there by a junior and sister of the captain, David Shaw. That was Rachel Shaw. She sings the national anthem for almost all home games, both on the field and in the gym. She does such a wonderful job. We're getting ready for the coin toss here between the Bulldogs and the Bucks. Let's take a look at the captains for both teams. For the Bulldogs, it's going to be number 32, Tate Powell. It looks like all seniors. 59, a senior, David Shaw. And number 51, senior Jacob Mills. I think the Bulldogs looks like they're just going to have 3 captains. For the Bucks tonight, their starting quarterback there on the left, number 5, he's one of them, Jackson Davis. He's got a great arm, senior, 6 foot, 155. He runs this offense very, very well. To the right there of Jackson, number 14 is going to be Lucas Benching. He's also a wide receiver and a senior. 32 for the Pendleton Bucks is going to be Peyton Lambert. He's their starting running back. And number 14 is going to be Lucas Benching. Oh, I think I just mentioned him. Excuse me. 55, that's the one I was looking for. The center, Andrew Deminu. He kind of leads that offensive line, also a senior. So, as we wait to see the results of the kickoff here, I just want to welcome you in for joining us again. This is our 4th and final broadcast here at Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium, but honestly, it has been a wonderful time for me to be able to do this, and for all of you, I hope I've provided an adequate service. Anyway, let's take a quick, let's see, yep. Anyway, my name, just in case you missed it or just joining us, my name is Jesse Taub. I'm doing the play-by-play here again. Again, this is our final broadcast. We've been here for all 4 home games, and it looks like the Bulldogs won the toss. They're going to defer, which means Pendleton will take the option. I assume they will choose to receive. Yes, they do. And they look to be lined up accordingly. All right, so the Bucks are going to take the opening kickoff here coming up. Should be any moment as we get ready. Again, just in case you're joining us, a lot on the line here, especially for the Bulldogs. Baker is looking for a win to make it into the state playoffs. Again, a loss, their season is done. So a big game for the Bulldogs. For the Bucks, they're looking to ensure the 2 seed in the District 5 standings. They, I believe, have already clinched a playoff berth regardless here. But again, getting the difference between the 2 and the 3 seed could be the difference in hosting a game versus traveling. And, you know, the Pendleton-Baker rivalry, as I've mentioned, they haven't been a member of the Greater Oregon League. But if you follow Baker or Pendleton sports, you know we always play every preseason. These kids have played each other growing up. This should be a fun one here as the Bulldogs get onto the field ready for the kickoff. Again, Pendleton is both the Pendleton-Nikiawe schools here. Nikiawe, a small 1A Native American school on the reservation up there. So because of the small size, their players come to Pendleton to partake in football, because obviously with the 1A school, they don't quite have enough for 8-on-8. So you will notice a few players, mostly Dylan Abramson. I certainly recognize him. He's a wonderful basketball player. He's a senior. He's going to be out there for the Bucks tonight, as long as a handful of linemen and a couple other kids as well. All right. We're ready to get underway here in the season, or I should say regular season finale here for both of these teams. It is just past 7 o'clock, 7:03. Hudson spike to kick, and we are underway. It looks like for the Bucks, it's going to be number 10, Gavin Clark. They huddle up, a little confusion. They got the ball going to the left side here. See if the Bulldogs can make a play. It looks like they do finally bring him down by the 39. So a little trickery there by the Bucks. Seemed to work fairly well, as a matter of fact. So we'll take a look at that on the replay, see what we come up with. Before that, though, or excuse me, after that, the Bucks are going to start 1st and 10 ball, I believe, on the 38, as we'll see. Right spot.
Stevens, 1st and 10.
All right, so 39, they're going to say 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Again, they're going to come out predominantly in a 3 wide receiver set, 1 person in the backfield, 1 tight end, just like the Bulldogs. And as I say that, they come out in a little bit of a wishbone look here. So 2 running backs in the backfield and 1 halfback behind. They hand it to 22. Again, 32. Their starting running back, Peyton Lambert. He's a senior, 6 foot, 170. He picks up about 7 yards. Maybe they're going to give him about 6 actually there. So it'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Bucks. Offensively, both of these teams sort of mirror each other. They look to use the run to set up the pass, and when they throw, they're not afraid to go deep. So we will watch for that. We should have some points scored here tonight. Again, the quarterback for the Bucks, Jackson Davis. Wonderful job running this team. He's going to, run the options. Nope. Tackled down in the backfield by David Shaw. You saw Davis there get tripped up for the turf monster, or we could say the grass monster, however we'd like here. So let's take a look here. Again, he's reading Shaw on the read option. Shaw does a great job faking inside, causes Davis to pull, and he's able to get out, drop him for, I believe, a 2-yard loss. So David Shaw there already making his impact known. It's going to bring up third down. 3rd and 7 for the Bucks. We are just under 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, regular season finale for both of these teams as they try and make their way into state. The Bucks are going to hand it off to Lambert. Ooh, he makes a cut up the middle. He's got a hole. Ooh, a big saving tackle there by number 13, Hudson Spike for the Bulldogs. So again, Peyton Lambert, their senior running back, 6 foot, 170. Looks like the Bulldogs might have had him in the backfield, but he makes a great cut there. Good vision. Cuts it upfield. Picks up about 15, 18 yards, I'd say. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Bucks now on the 42 of the Bulldogs. All right, coming up with a little 2 running back situation in the backfield. Lambert, the running back on the left. To the near side here, number 2, Thaden Cannon. He is a deep wide receiver threat. But in the meantime, they're going to hand it off to number 10 here, Gavin Clark, the return man on the kickoff, if you remember there. Again, they'll run 2, 3, even sometimes 4 running backs in this offense. Again, nice vision there, cut it outside before he looks like he's brought down. Again, David Shaw already there. I have a feeling he's going to have a big night. He's an emotional guy in a good way. He's a big football player. This is his only sport. He wants to go off in a bang, you know that. And like I said, he's really the emotional rock, the emotional leader for this Bulldog team. All right, 2nd and 1, ball on the 33 here. Davis in the backfield with Lambert. See what they decide to do. Hand it up to Lambert up the middle. Big hole there created by the Pendleton offensive line. Lambert bounces it outside, then inside, and he is going to be in for a Pendleton Bucks touchdown. 33 yards to the house for the Bucks, and they're the first team on the board. Just under 9:20 to go here. Again, you see Lambert. Skills to match the numbers, folks. Bounces it outside, cuts it back inside, and the Bulldogs unable to make the tackle. So the Bucks looking for the extra point to make it 7-0 here. The kicker for the Bucks is going to be number 6, Benito Jennings. And, ooh, line drive, hits the post, but bounces in. So that's going to be good. It's going to put Pendleton on the board on their first possession. They're up 7-0. Bulldogs' first possession when we come right back.
My name is Jean Williamson. I started Evermine Labels along with my husband David back in 2000. We got an order a day for about a year, and then things started to pick up. We print sheet labels and roll labels. The sheet labels are for someone who's made a batch of strawberry jam, or someone who wants to put labels on wedding favors. We also print roll labels, and that's for large customers, say a vineyard that makes thousands of bottles of wine. We print all different kinds of labels.
All right, welcome back to Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium here. The Bucks just took their opening possession all the way down the field, capped it off with a Peyton Lambert 33-yard touchdown. It's going to put them up 7-0. We got 9:18 left here in the first quarter. Again, if you're just joining us, I expect to see some points scored tonight. A big game here for both of these teams. So we will see Benito Jennings kicking off here for the Bucks. Deep to receive for the Bulldogs is going to be number 2, Caden Garvin, and number 15, Malachi Meyer. The Bulldogs, if you haven't heard, dealing with a handful of injuries to their starters. So we're going to see a few different faces on the offense for the Bulldogs just to kind of hit it up. Again, Jackson Logsdon, their starting running back. He's been out since the LeGrand game, probably not coming back this season. Number 8, the freshman, the speedster, Rashawn Jones is out tonight as well with a collarbone injury, and he also most likely done for the season, even if they continue into the playoffs. Dash Bloomer, major linebacker tight end for the Bulldogs, also going to be injured tonight. But in the meantime, Jennings kicks it off. It looks like it's going to be Meyer to return the whistle. Officials blow it dead. Maybe we didn't have a ready for play. Let's see what the call is. Just in case you didn't hear, the officials called offsides on the kicking team. Again, you rarely see that, but when it's obvious, they got to call it. That's the reason for it. So they'll move the Bucks back 5 yards, and they will re-kick. As I was mentioning about the Bulldog injuries as well, we will hopefully see number 50, Isaac Cleveland, usually their starting left tackle. He is suited up. Unsure how much time he will be able to play tonight, but obviously hoping he's able to get out there. All right, so Jennings going to be set here to re-kick. Garvin and Meyer deep for the Bulldogs, and it's going to be a little confusion there, but Garvin ends up picking it up here. Let's see if he can make something happen, get some yards out of there. He's out to the left side before he gets knocked out of bounds around the 20. A couple flags fly, both the one in your screen and another one here by the white hat. Let's see what he has to say. Again, they pushed Garvin out at about the 20, right about the 20, and the Bulldogs are looking like they're taking a few steps back. The Bucks pointing to the Bulldogs, signaling it's on them. We'll see. So the call was a block in the back on the Bulldogs, and so that's going to move them half the distance to the goal. I believe that's going to start them at the 10. Or are they down to the 5? They called 2 block in the back penalties. However, I didn't think you could enforce both penalties twice. I thought it would just be 1, but either way, it looks like the Bulldogs are going to be starting 1st and 10 on their own 5. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what they can do. Again, if you're the Bulldogs here, you'd like to get at least 1 first down, get out of the end zone here, get out of the shadow of your own end zone. Bulldogs come out in the 3 wide receiver set. On the near side is Alex Strawn-Brown. He's going to be one of the wide receivers that is replacing Jones. Hobson, the quarterback, going to throw it out to Meyer on the quick screen. He gets pulled down quickly there. It looks like for no gain, maybe a slight loss on the play there again. Hobson coming off a performance against Crook County where he went 20 for 44. He had 325 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. Also had 9 rushes for 70 yards for the Bulldogs. But what he will tell you as well were the interceptions caught the Bulldogs in a difficult place last week against Crook County, even after the quick lead. Anyway, let's get back to that. Hobson in the backfield is going to hand up, I believe, to Garvin. He's going to be stopped by the Bucks in the backfield. Great penetration there by Pendleton. It'll bring up 3rd and 11, maybe 12 for the Bulldogs now. So the Bucks off to a hot start, both on offense and defense here as they look to force the Bulldogs into a punt from their own end zone. We'll see what the Bulldogs decide to draw up here. It's actually going to be 3rd and 14. So the ball is all the way back to the 1 or the 2, it looks like. I think it's at the 2, so 3rd and 13. Just passing 8 minutes to go in the first quarter here. So this is the Bulldogs' first possession of the game. Hobson back to pass. Going deep, he's got Meyer by a step, and he's just out of reach. Meyer had his man beat. Hobson just needed a tiny bit more air under it. But you like to see the Bulldogs stretching the defense there. Hobson throws a great deep ball. He's had a lot of success connecting with Meyer all season. Last weekend, Meyer had 5 catches for 125 yards and a touchdown. So he's coming off a big game. We'll see the Bulldogs here. It looks like Tate Powell is going to be the punter. The Bulldogs in punt formation. And deep to receive is going to be number 8, Chaz Cobert. Powell's kick is off. Well, it's going to be David Shaw there looking to make the tackle. He blocked, just a quick block there before he gets out of bounds. I thought they might have called a block in the back there, but no. So the Bucks will take over again in good field position here. Again, Shaw, the long snapper, always gets out quick. So we see him trying to make the tackle here against Cobert. Just loses him there. And Chaz Cobert makes a couple more people miss, picks up another 10 yards, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 24 for the Bucks. 7:40 to go here in the first quarter. So both of these, they are going to, there's a penalty. Okay. So they are going to call that block in the back, I guess. I just didn't see the penalty flag fly. So my mistake on that one. That'll push them back 10 yards. So then it's going to be 1st and 10 now at the 33. See what the Bucks decide to do on their second possession here. Coming out in a 4 wide receiver set now. It's going to be Davis in the backfield with kind of RB1A, if you will, Gavin Clark. Covert in motion. Going to throw it out quick to number 14 there. That's Lucas Benching gets a quick wide receiver screen upfield, maybe about 7 yards there. So a great first down conversion for the Bucks. Both of these teams have really sort of mirrored themselves when it come to league play here. Both teams beat the Dows by significant margins. Pendleton 49-12, the Bulldogs 35-8. I'll get back to some scores here after we see what Davis and the Bucks decide to do here on 2nd and 1. They're going to hand a sweep here to Peyton Lambert, and he's got a lot of room. He might make it, it looks, yes. Peyton Lambert, 1 play, 1 touchdown, 33 yard to the house. Take a look at the replay here again. They're going to hand it off to Peyton Lambert, their star running back, on a sweep, gets outside. The Bulldogs aren't able to keep containment, and he gets it into the end zone. So touchdown number 2 for the Bucks, just under 7 minutes to go, and Jennings will look to add the the extra point here. Up and good, no problems on this one after hitting the post but going in last time. So the Bucks take a 14-0 lead. We got just under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Thank you again for joining us. We will be right back.
Want to keep yourself informed with relevant news and events in Eastern Oregon but don't have much time on your hands? Well, here on EO Live, we pay attention to what's happening in Eastern Oregon and deliver the news in 2 minutes or less on our evening news roundup. You can expect to get your news delivered right to your Facebook and Instagram feed every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. We'll keep you in tune with Eastern Oregon, and you can count on that. EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. Eastern Oregon is full of interest.
All right, we're back here as Pendleton gets set to kick it off to the Bulldogs. It looks like it's going to be Garvin to return. Again, good catch here. Tries to set up a quick wall, but he's going to be brought down before he reaches the 20 there by senior wide receiver Chaz Corbett. Ooh, they got a flag on the play where the tackle was made. We'll see what the white hat says on this. Personal foul. Ooh, harsh collar tackle. So that's going to add 15 yards for the Bulldogs. They're going to start much better field position than their first possession where they started on the 5. So we'll see where they mark it here. Just want to give a quick shout out to one of our wonderful sponsors here, Hobby Habit. Hobby Habit is located in La Grande and has something for everyone, whether that's tabletop games, RCs, Legos, puzzles, models, disc golf equipment, STEM supplies, and more. You got to check them out, Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it. They're located downtown La Grande, 411 First Street, or give them a call, 541-963-9602. All right, so the Bulldogs set to take over here, 1st and 10. Ball on the 32, 6:50 to go in the first quarter here. Hobson back to pass, some penetration. He's got Garvin out of the backfield. Wonderful, great tackle there by number 55, Andrew Demanu. He's one of their senior captains, also plays center on the offense. We'll take a look at this tackle here on instant replay because if he doesn't make this tackle, Garvin has a lot of space to run. Boom, great form, wraps up. But the Bulldogs will take the 3-yard gain and begin now on the 35, 2nd and 7. All right, Hobson in the backfield, 3 wide receiver set. Malachi Meyer on the near side, then it was Powell. They're going to hand off to Garvin. I don't think they got any penetration, or any push there for the Bulldogs. Garvin gets stopped for no gain. Garvin last week had 32 yards and 2 early touchdowns for the Bulldogs. We might also see at running back a freshman, number 21, Clay Stevens. Currently hasn't entered the game, but just be on the lookout for him. I believe he's the one backing up Garvin tonight. All right, 4 wide receiver set here for the Bulldogs. Strom Brown, again, the new wide receiver on the near side. Fake to Meyer. They throw this, option to the left there. Hobson makes the pitch. Garvin picks up a few yards. I think it's going to be about 4th and 4 now for the Bulldogs. We'll see if they decide to go for it. It looks like they are. 4th and 2. Offense hasn't left the field. Again, big game here for the Bulldogs. This is a must-win for them if it comes to continuing their season and making it to state. For the Bucks, they're looking for the 2 seed instead of the 3 seed in District 5, which would most likely allow them to host a game. A first-round game, excuse me. So, Hobson in the backfield, 3 wide receivers to the left, 4th and 2. Big play here for the Bulldogs. Steps up, makes a pass. He's got Meyer, and Meyer just gets enough for the first down. He's got about 4. He needed 3.5. Excuse me, that was Hudson's spike on the cross here. Hobson does a great job avoiding the pressure, steps up in the pocket, keeps his head up, drops it off to Spike on the cross, and he gets just enough for the first down. That's a big play. Here only in the first quarter, 4.5 minutes to go. But if the Bucks were able to hold the Bulldogs there and go down and put a touchdown on the board, it puts a big Bulldog hole for them to get out of. So if you're a Bulldog fan, you like to see that. Now coming out again, 4 wide receiver set, Strom Brown, Powell on the near side, Meyer in the slot, Spike at the far side. They're going to throw a quick pass out to Garvin. Wrapped up nicely there by number 13, Dylan Abramson. Again, he's a Nicky Awe kid, great basketball player. For the Golden Eagles up there in Nicky Awe, a member of the state championship team, not last year, but the year before Nicky Awe won state. They had a wonderful team that year. And Spike coming in here off the sidelines, but limping. You don't like to see that, as many Bulldogs are injured currently. But 2nd and 10 now, 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Hobson back. Pretty much 5 wide receivers out here. Quick pass. Oh, he's got Meyer down the middle. Malachi Meyer makes the catch. Can he hold on? Ooh, touchdown saving tackle there after the catch by Meyer. Again, that tackle's made by number 37, Trey Boston. Saving a touchdown, but let's see. Hobson drops it back. Again, he throws it up. This time, him and Meyer connect. They missed by just a yard on the first Bulldog possession. Good to see him connect there. So the Bulldogs down to the 18. It's going to be 1st and 10 here. Three wide receiver set with Powell in the tight end, Garvin the running back to the right of Hobson. Bucks in a 4-3. They bring some pressure and able to stop Garvin after a gain of maybe 1. The Bucks got a big defensive line. They're going to be hard to move for the Bulldogs there. Again, they're 2 defensive tackles, number 75 and number 76. 75, Bryson Redcrane, 6'3", 305. Number 76, his teammate there in the trenches, Enoch Crane, a senior, 6'1", 360. So you got about 670 pounds there in the middle. Okay, Bulldogs take a timeout. We're going to take on one with them. We'll be right back after this.
Here in Eastern Oregon, we're blessed to live in such a wonderful area. And though it may seem mild-mannered, there's actually quite a lot that goes on in this area. And apparently, there's 2 dinguses who happen to be here that are actually crazy enough to get up at the crack of dawn to talk about it. Tune in to AM Live on EOA with Brent and Dodsey, featuring special guests, weather, sports, news, and more, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., only on EOA Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we are back. 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs at the 17 here. 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hobson, we got a flag that's going to fly. Looking for Meyer in the corner. Some contact there. Another flag. So we got 2 flags on the play here. We'll see what those are. In the meantime, let me get to another one of our great sponsors here. Again, Gray's West Funeral Home. Gray's West and their Pioneer Chapel is renowned after more than 90 years of excellence. They provide unparalleled personal service, unmatched facilities, and guaranteed value to every family that calls upon their family. They're located here in Baker City at 1500 Dewey Avenue. Check them out online. I'm going to hold up, see what... Again, just let me get back to Gray's West Funeral Home again here. The guaranteed value to every family that calls upon theirs. Visit them, grayswestco.com, or give them a call, 541-523-3677. All right, so there was offsetting penalties on that play. It was illegal formation signaled against the Bulldogs, and then they had pass interference on the Bucks. So an unfortunate set of penalties for the Bulldogs. They sure would have liked that pass interference, but either way, we will continue. 2nd and 9 once again. Again, they're going to replay the down. The penalties offset. They got Meyer coming in motion. Another flag here. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Bulldogs. That's going to move them back another 5 yards, so they'll have 2nd and 14 now. Again, whether you're joining us on EO Alive TV or the Baker Bulldog Nation, if you're on the Facebook pages, drop us a line. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering on. I like to keep this community kind of communicating. All right, the Bulldogs running in their play right now. See what they come up with on 2nd and 14. Let me quickly go back to the schedule. As I had mentioned, they both beat the Dalles and Madras by essentially the same margins. The difference, though, came against Crook County. I'll get to that in a second. Hobson's pass. Ooh, a bullet. Hits Meyer in the hands, but that was quite a line drive, you could say there. He put all his gas, Hobson, on that. But Meyer will tell you he should have caught it as well. So it'll go to 3rd and 14, ball on the 22 for the Bulldogs. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. As I had mentioned, the big difference in these two teams came against Crook County. The Bucks were able to handle them convincingly, 39-0. They played them at Crook County. The Bulldogs also traveled to Crook County last week. They lost 31-48. So they lost to Crook County by 17. Again, a lot of turnovers there, an ugly game for the Bulldogs. Both teams lost to LeGrand by about 15, 25 points thereabouts. And it looks like we got another flag. No, excuse me, it's going to be a delay of game on the Bulldogs, so that'll push them back another 5 yards. Again, a little slow getting the play in there. So the Bulldogs moving in the wrong direction right now as they try and punch this one in. Again, 14-0, as you can see there on your screen. The Bucks were able to score on their both first 2 possessions. Excuse me there. The Bulldogs looking to answer after going 3 and out on their first one. He's going deep to Meyer. Doesn't have him. We'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do here on 4th and 19 from the 27. Looks like I think they're going to go for it. Anyway, so like I mentioned in the schedule, the one difference in the game is Crook County giving the Bulldogs trouble and the Bucks handling them easily. And that's the difference in their 6-2, Pendleton 6-2 overall record, where the Bulldogs are sitting at 5-3. All right, so the Bulldogs going to go for it, it looks like here. Need to get inside the 10 for a first down. He's got single coverage with Spike there on the outside. See if he decides to what are we doing here? Another flag, another delay of game here on the Bulldogs. Again, that's tough for Baker as there's no clock on the field, but the white hat is supposed to give the quarterback kind of a 10-second heads up here. So, again, another 5-yard delay of game will push the Bulldogs back now to the 32, and it's 4th and 24. All right, so 3 wide receiver set. You got Spike and Meyer on the left. You imagine that's where Hobson's looking. He is. He's going to hit Spike on the out. Can he get around? No, he's wrapped up there. Good tackle made by, I believe that's number 6 over there, Benito Jennings. Oh, check that. Yep, it is 6. Jennings over there. So the ball will go back to the Bucks here for their 3rd possession as they try and add another score here. The Bulldogs looking to get their first stop of the game. And as they're exchanging here, another wonderful sponsor I got to mention, Grand Run Retirement Residence. They are here to support all their residents' needs, and they offer a variety of innovative, life-enriching activities and events designed to stimulate the mind, body, and soul at every stage of life. Go to their website or call 541-250-3313. All right, Davis dropped a pass, back to pass, connects with Jennings there, I believe, after about 11-yard gain. Oh, excuse me, no, I think that was number 6. Maybe it's number 8, and his jersey is rolled up a little bit. If that was 8, it was Chaz Corbett. We'll double check that here. No, it looks like it was Jennings. So Jennings, the receiver on the far side right now. Davis, the quarterback, hands off to Lambert. Going to break it outside here to the near side. Finally shoved out of bounds there by Garvin, number 2. Lambert picks up 9, and this Pendleton team is rolling. Again, the Bulldogs dealing with a handful of injuries to their starters. Currently, you're going to have Hobson playing safety, which normally he will only play quarterback. You also have Spike, who normally plays cornerback, playing safety as well. Garvin, a cornerback. And Meyer, a cornerback for the Bulldogs. All right. Bucks possession. Davis sends Corbett in motion. Looks like he's going to take the quick snap, and enough for the first down, plus some as a rugby-style scrum ensues. That, I believe, was Chaz Corbett, and he picks up a first down after a gain of 10, on maybe closer to 9 on that sneak. So to give the Bucks a fresh set of downs. Senior night, again here for the Bulldogs, looking to cap their season with a win and allow them to continue into the state playoffs. Pendleton will be in the state playoffs. It's just a matter of seeding for them. All right, Davis through 4 wide receiver set, rolls to his right, looking for Corbett. Oh, Bulldogs, 2 players, missed interception there. Davis was looking for Corbett, went through the hands of 2 Bulldogs, I believe number 82, who's going to be, I think that's Ethan Fletcher, along with Hudson Spike. Both had a chance at it. So the Bucks set to go now, 2nd and 10. Ball on the 45. We got just about 1 minute to go in the first quarter here. 3rd possession for Pendleton. Senior quarterback Davis with Lambert behind him, hands it off. Going to come to the near side here, gets a couple blocks and a burst of speed out to the outside before he's pushed out of bounds by Spike after a gain of 24. So that'll move the Bucks into Bulldog territory. Spike there, number 13, pushes Lambert out of bounds. The Bucks' offensive line, as well as I mentioned, their defensive line, also a bit bigger than the Bulldogs currently. They're doing a wonderful job creating some space there for Lambert. Lambert's going to motion out in to the right side. They're going to do a little trap. Oop, they got a flag play. They're going to blow the play dead. Looks like a false start on the Bucks. It'll move them back 5 yards. So that's going to move them back to about the 41, and it'll be 1st and 15 for them there. Again, the Pendleton offensive line at center, they got their senior Andrew Deminu. Again, the center, usually you need an athletic individual there to pull and move about, and he is that. He's 6 foot 190. But then their 2 guards, Kyler Moutre is 6 foot 260 at left guard, and their right guard, Sky Smith, 6'1", 275. We'll get to the tackles here in a second. Lambert in motion, fakes it to him. They're going to give it off to number 10 there, Gavin Clark. Flag flies, but Clark was able to get about 10 yards. We'll see what this penalty is. As we take a look at the replay here. Again, they're going to motion Lambert out, hand it off to Clark on the trap. Holding signaled against Pendleton, so that'll move him back another 10 yards. Both of these teams is dealing with a few penalties, setting back their drives that we're seeing a lot of success. Both for the Bulldogs, they got it down inside the 20. Penalties pushed them back. The Bucks here on this drive had it inside the 40. Now they're pushing them back farther. So it's going to be first, and it looks like 20 or 21 now. Again, it's 10 yards from the spot of the hold, and the hold was slightly downfield, so it only ends up being about a net of 6 yards. Under 1 minute to go here, 45 seconds for the Bucks. This may be the last play of the quarter. We'll see what they decide to do. Lambert in the backfield, motioned out. Davis all by himself. Quick screen to Lambert, completed. You got Shaw and Fletcher there, able to wrap him up after a short gain, only a 2-yard gain. We'll see her on the replay. Motion Lambert out. Davis, quick throw, gets upfield. Again, it goes into the books as a pass, but the Bucks offensive quarter will say that's just a makeshift run, kind of like a quick pitch out there into space. So, 2nd and 18 now, just under 10 seconds to go. We'll see if the Bucks are able to get it off before the horn. Yep, they do. Davis dropped a pass. He's looking deep. He's got a man. Oh, it's underthrown. Can Spike make the interception? No, it's going to be broken up there by number 6. There, that was Benito Jennings. So Jennings playing some great defense there, preventing Spike from getting the interception. But that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here on senior night at Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium. We'll be right back for the second half after this.
Eastern Oregon's weather can oftentimes seem unpredictable. 1 minute it'll be raining, then it'll be sunny and wonderful, then snowing and then sunny, then the next it'll be raining cats and dogs, literally. So how do you prepare yourself for such flip-floppy weather? Well, by tuning into EO Live Weather with me, Gabe Curtis, of course, the most accurate weather forecast in all of Eastern Oregon. I'll keep you informed with daily weather updates that can take an in-depth look through the next 7 days. Because if cats and dogs are literally going to fall from the sky, you will want to know. EOA Weather right here on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we're back here. Pendleton 3rd and 18 on the 44. They're going to hand it off to Lambert, see if they can get a chunk of this and probably go for it on 4th down. He does a nice job getting about 12. No doubt now they will go for it. Flag on the play. Again, we will see what this is. In the meantime, let me let you know about another one of our great sponsors, the Grand Ron Hospital in La Grande. If you haven't heard, they've started their 90,000 plus square foot surgical expansion unit to provide and improve the surgical services that they offer the Grand Ron Valley in Eastern Oregon. Please, we're asking you to check out the wide variety of specialty services they offer. You can check it out at grh.org. Again, Grand Ron Hospital and Clinic. Let's see what the penalty is. Personal foul. So it's going to be a 15-yard personal foul penalty on the Bulldogs. Comes with an automatic first down, but it would be a first down by yardage anyway. But that's going to move the Bucks all the way from the 44 inside their 20. Looks like the 17. So Davis with Jennings and, Lambert and Clark in the backfield. Lambert gets the handoff, number 32 there, making a couple men miss before he's taken down after a gain of 2. And as the Bucks here run in their play, going to let you know about another one of our great sponsors here, Tap That Growlers. One of my favorites in La Grande. They offer 40 taps of beer, hard cider, kombucha, and brewed root beer. They've got a full menu, including brick oven pizza, that also offers an adult-only area with Oregon Lottery and a custom-made shuffleboard. Check them out at 1106 Suite 100 in Adams Avenue in La Grande. As I say that, so it looks like the Bucks are going to be in the end zone for... Nope. Going to be stopped just short, but they're going to be inside the 5. Looks like at about the 1-yard line as they try and punch that one in. Spike stops the touchdown on the tackle for the Bulldogs. So Davis with Lambert in the backfield. Wouldn't be surprised if they just hand it off to him. He's a big, powerful guy. They do. He jumps over the pile, I believe, into the end zone as well. Yep. Touchdown Bucks. Their third of the night on 3 drives. Puts them on the board and up 20-0. We will see here if Jennings can convert the extra point to put the Bucks up a full 21. Again, just under 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. All right, hold his odd. And kick up and no good. So that's going to hold the Bucks at 20. And about just 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back for kickoff. All right, welcome back here to Bulldog Memorial Stadium. We are awaiting the Pendleton kickoff here after their third touchdown of the game in 3 possessions. The Bulldogs looking to get on the board. This will be their third possession of the game. Again, if you're just joining us, let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching, whether you're watching on EO Live Facebook page or the Bulldog Nation Facebook page. We'll try and incorporate some of those comments. If you do notice, there are some links for streaming under both of the posts on Facebook. Those are just spam, so we want to ignore those. Garvin mishandles the kickoff now. He's back to the 1. Second time this has happened for the Bulldogs now. He's going to be taken down at the 5. So the first Bulldog possession, they started on their 5-yard line, and they're going to start on their own 5 again here on their third possession. So we'll see if Baker can continue the momentum they had on their last drive. Again, they were able to get inside the Buck 20, but then a few penalties pushed them back, and they eventually turned it over on downs. Hobson makes his way into the huddle right now. Bulldogs, usual 3 wide receiver set. Spike to the near side. Meyer in the slot. Strawn Brown on the outside. They're going to hand it off to Garvin up the middle. He's got a couple of holes there and picks up 3. Give him a little bit more breathing room down into the end zone. Again, another big possession here for the Bulldogs. They really want to try and avoid going 3 and out here and punting back to the Bucks and giving them great field position again. Again, the Bulldogs will get the kickoff after halftime as they deferred after winning the toss. All right, 4 wide receiver set here for the Bulldogs. Spike and Meyer, the near side. Garvin behind. He's going to run it up the middle. Only gets about 1 there as the Bucks defensive line has not been able to be moved much this evening. Again, I talked about their 2 defensive tackles for the Bucks, 75 and 76. Bryson Red Crane, 6'3", 305, and Enoch Crane, 6'1", 360. Again, tough to run up the middle against those guys, I'd imagine. The other 2 defensive linemen for the Bucks, number 64 is going to be Peyton Michael, and number 55, well, 55 plays more of a linebacker. So it looks like they're going, okay, they got 4-3 here. Hobson, 3 wide receiver set. He's looking deep for Meyer over the middle. Same thing. Oh, just out of reach for Meyer. He's been able to get past that defensive back every possession they've had him now. Only been able to convert, though, on 1. So that's going to bring up 4th and 8. I imagine the Bulldogs have to punt now. And this will be the second punt out of their end zone. So the Bucks couldn't really have scripted a better start to this game. Here now with just 9 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second quarter on senior night here for the Bulldogs. Shaw will do the long snapping for Baker. Tate Powell, the punter. For the Bucks, it's going to be Chaz Corbett deep to receive. Good kick by Powell. Corbett got some room. See if Shaw can make a play. Just misses there. Block by the Bucks. I think they're going to call him a block in the back there on number 20 for the Bucks. So we'll take a look at the replay here. Again, good kick by Powell. Corbett picks it up, plenty of room, and I think coming in here right there is the block in the back against the Bulldogs, number 20. Penalty will push the Bucks back about 10 yards. Well, not about, exactly. And they will take over 1st and 10 from about the 27-yard line. So, great field possession here for Pendleton Nikiawe as they look to add to their lead. Again, Jackson Davis, their senior quarterback, doing a wonderful job running this offense. He's 6 foot 155. Some confusion here for the Bucks as they switch their formation around just a little bit. They're going to go 2 wide receiver set, 2 running backs in the backfield, Lambert and Clark behind or around Davis. They're going to hand it off to Gavin Clark. He takes it off the left side, gets some room before he's shoved out of bounds after what I believe will be a 5-yard gain, maybe 6. One thing I noticed about both of these running backs is when they're both in the game, one is usually the lead blocker for the other. And you love to see that, again, helping each other get open and making some plays, willing to do that dirty work. And they're coming out same formation here. So 2 wide receiver set, 2 running backs in the backfield. Lambert on the left. He's going to get the ball this time. Clark will lead block. Gets a good block for him. But David Shaw able to get in the backfield for the Bulldogs and take down number 22 there. Brock McKay is in the backfield. Flag down again. We'll see what this is. I believe it's signaled against Pendleton. You see there in the replay, David Shaw doing a great job getting penetration into the backfield, wrapping up and taking down the Bucks running back. The referee's still discussing here while they're doing that. Oh, here we go. We'll listen. Still some confusion here. All right, so I wasn't able to see what the penalty was, but it looks like it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, so I'm imagining some sort of hold there. There we go. All right, so 10-yard penalty is going to push the Bucks back to the 33, and it's going to be about 2nd and 15. Davis in the backfield with Clark, Gavin Clark behind him. Hand off to Clark up the middle. He's got some room. Again, that offensive line for the Bucks doing a great job. Clark able to get about a gain of 10 before he's taken down by a host there of Bulldogs. Again, you notice that offensive line really getting a good push. 3 yards downfield before the running back crosses the line of scrimmage. Just about 8.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter now. 3rd and 5. Big possession here for the Bulldogs. They'd love to get a stop, take it back, try and get a touchdown on the board, and that would change the game. For the Bucks, a big possession here if they can expand their lead to 4 possessions. All right, Gavin Clark, the handoff for the Bucks. Out the left side, he's got a little bit of room before he's tackled there by Garvin. It's going to be close to a 1st down. It looks like they will not give it to him. So it's going to be about 4th and 1, maybe 4th and a half yard there for the Bucks. So you'd imagine they'd keep it on the ground here with that offensive line. I mentioned the guards for Pendleton Nikiawe, their tackles. Nathan Nevue, apologize for that. Junior, 6'2", 230 is the left tackle. The right tackle, Deacon Pace, is 6'2", 260. They're going to hand it off. Clark up the middle. He's got the 1st down and a few more yards before he's tackled there by the Bulldogs' number 80, Daniel Maldonado. And Clark up the middle. Again, you see that line creating a nice hole there. Eventually tackled by Maldonado and Jaden Grisham Clark, one of the Bulldog seniors on the night. All right, so 2nd and 2 now. Ball's on the 10-yard line. 7:15 to go in the first. Davis in the backfield. Corbett in motion. Gets the sweep handoff. Gets a nice block there. No flag, and into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. Chaz Corbett. Big touchdown there for the Bucks as that expands their lead to 26. They'll look to make it 27. Again, you see there, interesting block there by the Bucks. Able to, though, get him in the end zone. So it looks like the Bucks will be going for 2 right after they take a quick timeout. And when they do that, I'm going to mention another one of our great sponsors, B&K Auto Salvage, Grand Ronde Valley's only full-service auto recycling yard, offering domestic and foreign auto parts. You got to contact them for all your used auto parts needs and scrap metal removal. They have locations both in LeGrand and Baker City. Check them out, B&K Auto Salvage. And just a reminder for all of our sponsors here, they're the reason why we are able to bring you these broadcasts both up in LeGrand for the LeGrand home games as well as the Bulldog home games. So if you got a chance, you're looking to pick up something, try and hit up one of our sponsors. We appreciate what they're doing, both for this community and both of these schools. So a great shout out to our sponsors there as well. All right. Bucks looking to go for 2 here, make it a 28-0 game. Davis in the backfield, Lambert to his right. Going to roll to his right. He's got Lambert out. Instead, he's going to the back of the end zone. Chaz Corbett, conversion good, 28-0 Bucks in the second quarter. Still 7 minutes to go here. We'll take a quick timeout. After this replay here, you see again, he's got 2 options on that rollout. He can either go close to the goal line, there Lambert, or Corbett in the back. He goes with Corbett. 2-point conversion successful. We'll be back right after this.
Want to keep yourself informed with relevant news and events in Eastern Oregon but don't have much time on your hands? Well, here on EO Alive, we pay attention to what's happening in Eastern Oregon and deliver the news in 2 minutes or less on our evening news roundup. You can expect to get your news delivered right to your Facebook and Instagram feed every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. We'll keep you in tune with Eastern Oregon, and you can count on that. EO Alive, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. Eastern Oregon.
All right, back here at Bulldog Memorial Stadium as Pendleton gets ready to kick off. If you're a Bulldog fan or a Baker Bulldog community member, we had our girls soccer team into the first round of state this afternoon. They played at the Dalles. Unfortunately, lost 1-0 on an 81st minute goal by the Riverhawks. Ends the Bulldog ladies soccer season. Again, the Dalles there on the in girls soccer was a very good team. So 1-0 result shows our ladies put up a good fight this afternoon. They'll return back tonight. The boys soccer team is currently still out on the road. They will take on, I'm going to have to double check that because I can't remember it off the top of my head, but somewhere on the western side of the state they are traveling, and their game will be tomorrow. For Bulldog volleyball, their first playoff game, it's second round in state. They had a bye their first round, and they're looking to defeat the Philomath Warriors. They'll take on the Warriors tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the Bulldog Gymnasium. Again, that's 11 a.m. tomorrow. Baker Bulldog volleyball state game against Philomath. If the ladies win, they will head to Springfield on the western side of the state for the state tournament. It's the top 8 teams that go to that. In the meantime, though, Hudson Spike gets a catch from Hobson here, picks up a nice 8-yard gain before he's brought down. Again, if you're the Bulldogs, you want to get some momentum going here. Again, try and put up a score before the board, or excuse me, before half. They're going to get the kickoff after the half. If you can hold the Bucks here at 28, I think on the screen it says 26. They're actually at 28. If they can hold them at 28, get a touchdown, they get the opening kick. If they can get it to 28-14 there, it's a different type of game. What we'll see here, what they can do on this their fourth possession. Hobson there, a little bit of confusion with the running back Garvin, so he takes it himself, but I think that's going to be enough for a first down. Yes, it will be. So that'll move the chains for the Bulldogs. They'll get the ball now on the 28, 1st and 10. 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the second quarter. Want to give a quick shout out to Bill and Angie Montoya for watching here with us on Baker Bulldog Nation. They're saying off, go Dogs. Yep. All right, so 2nd and 10, ball on the 28. Hobson, speed option with Garvin. He's got some room now, Garvin, if he can get it upfield. Great block there by Alex Strawn-Brown. Allows Garvin to get to the second level, and he's going to be brought down at the 49. So that's a spark the Bulldogs are looking for. Let's take a look at the replay here. Again, the speed option. Hobson's trying to get the DN to commit to him. He does. Makes the pitch to Garvin. Garvin picks up a great block there on the outside by Alex Strawn-Brown. Again, he's in for the injured Rashawn Jones, who is out with a collarbone issue, sadly as well. Jackson Logsden, who is our starting running back at the beginning of the year, out since the LeGrand game, also with a collarbone injury there. But 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Ball's on the 49. Hobson going to hand it off. See who this is. Was that Garvin? Wasn't sure there. Nope, that's going to be the freshman, Clay Stevens. I mentioned him earlier in the game. He's going to be Garvin's backup here. Only a freshman. Has been on varsity for the entirety of the season, just hasn't got a lot of playing time, has run a little bit, I believe, on JV, but not much. He's been predominantly a varsity player, along with Rashawn Jones and Jake McClory are the freshmen on this team. And, Connor Martin as well, a freshman on the varsity team for the Bulldogs. So Clay Stevens in the backfield. Again, 5'10", 160. Check that. Garvin's back in. Hobson back to pass 5 people. Rolls to his right. He's got a little bit of room. He decides to take off. Going to really be a gain of 0. No gain. So it'll be 2nd and 7. 3rd and 7, excuse me. Ball on the 48. Again, the Bulldogs probably in 4-down territory as long as they don't lose any yardage here. So even if they can get 5-6 yards, they'll take it, give them a short 4th down. That's Clay Stevens running into the huddle, so he will be here. Strawn-Brown, the wide receiver on the far side. Spike and Meyer on the near side. Powell, the tight end. Garvin in the backfield. And imagine Hobson looking to the near side. He does. He's got, Meyer here. He's made a great catch down to the end. He's going to make it. Yes, Malachi Meyer down in the end zone for the Bulldogs. Again, Hobson and Meyer have been trying to hook up a number of times. This is the 2nd time they've been able to connect. The first touchdown for the Bulldogs. So, like I mentioned, you want to get that first touchdown on the board, kind of get the pressure off the back for the Bulldogs, see if they can get a stop now, and at that point, it's a different game. All right, Spike is going to be the kicker for the Bulldogs. Meyer is going to hold Shaw the snap. We got 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Snap good, hold good, kick up and good. Bulldogs on the board, 28-7. We'll be back for the last 4 minutes of the half after this.
Here in Eastern Oregon, we're blessed to live in such a wonderful area. And though it may seem mild-mannered, there's actually quite a lot that goes on in this area. And apparently, there's 2 dinguses who happen to be here that are actually crazy enough to get up at the crack of dawn to talk about it. Tune into AM Live on EOA with Brent and Dodsey, featuring special guests, weather, sports, news, and more, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., only on EOA Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, perfect timing as we're back here for the Bulldogs kickoff with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. Baker on the board after their 4th possession, 28-7. Spike, the kickoff. Down the middle, get a bounce. It's going to be Chaz Corbett for the Bucks with the return. He's got a little bit of room there. See if the Bulldogs can make a tackle. They do. Bit of a rugby scrum there before the Bucks get the ball out to about the 35, and they'll start 1st and 10. There's, we take a look at the replay. Coming up at halftime, we're going to play at least one, possibly two little videos here for you. The first one is definitely going to air. It's going to be a news roundup. This is basically a video kind of about the state measures on the ballot for the upcoming election here in, 10 days, I believe it's coming up. So that is going to be helpful, just get you all aware of the different measures, what you're voting for, and things along that line. So the Bucks, though, take over 1st and 10 here. They're going to hand it off to number 22. That's going to be their other running back, Brock McKay. He's going to be stopped for no gain there by the Bulldogs. And again, they're at halftime as well. I believe we're going to have enough time. We'll also play an interview with Eastern Oregon University's head football coach, Coach Kemp. He'll kind of give you an update on the season, what they're looking for as Eastern Oregon continues with their season. All right, so the Bucks, 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 2nd and 10, ball at the 35. Davis in the backfield with McKay. Handed off to McKay again to the left side. Got a little bit of more room over there, and finally brought down by the Bulldogs, number 32, Tate Powell, before a gain of 9. Excuse me, after a gain of 9. So it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Bucks here. Again, Powell here, you see there the linebacker for the Bulldogs, senior linebacker, making the tackle. So it'll be a big 3rd down here, 3rd and 2. Wouldn't be surprised to see Pendleton go for it, even if they aren't able to be successful on 3rd down here. Their running game has been outstanding tonight. Again, credit to the big guys up front in the trenches, doing a lot of great work for this team. Davis himself has been running the offense perfectly. Here we go, handoff to Peyton Lambert, or excuse me, that's McKay again. He's going to be tripped up by Isaac Cleveland. So Cleveland dealing with a bit of an injury, but out there on defense for the Bulldogs. So that'll bring up a 1st and 10. Right at the 50. Just under 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. So Pendleton not in any real rush. They want to assure they're not going to give the ball back to the Bulldogs here before the half. All right, so Davis in the backfield here with McKay. Going to do a quick screen there out to the Lucas Benching, wide receiver for the Bucks. He's going to get upfield before he's tackled by David Shaw after a gain of 4. In the meantime, let me tell you about another one of our wonderful sponsors here making this all possible for you to watch us here, Rock & Sons. They have 50 years of experience providing quality tires and automotive services, and they pride themselves on being there for their customers night or day. They're also a Napa Auto Care Center, and they provide 25-hour towing. They're located in LeGrand on the east end of Adams, 2304 Adams Avenue, or give them a call, 541-963-2757. Go see JB and the boys. All right, Pendleton here, 2nd and 7. They're going to make a pass. Nice play here. Out. Ooh. Slips on the turf there. Anton Williams, a senior wide receiver, 5'11", 150, makes the catch. So Davis there, again, like I said, doing what needs to be done for this offense. Little play action, rolls to the near side before finding Williams on the cross. So that'll be a fresh set of downs now for the Bucks. 1st and 10. Again, that Pendleton offensive line, Demenu, the center, the guards, Mute and Smith, Navu, the left tackle, and right tackle Deacon Pace doing a wonderful job here for the Bucks. They're going to do the little sweep here to McKay. Ooh, makes Garvin miss, but then he stood up there by Shaw, and I believe that's Hobson as well. So Shaw, the senior, keep calling his name quite a bit. Great pursuit there by the Bulldogs, but it's a gain of 9 again on the ground for the Bucks. Clock is at 1 minute, 1 second. It's stopped. Sorry, I should have mentioned that as they went out of bounds there. So 1st and 10. Clock is now running. Excuse me. They just had to stop it for the 1st down. My mistake. 52 seconds to go now in the first quarter. They're going to hand it off to McKay again. Pile of people on the ground there. He's going to be tackled inbounds. Big tackle by Tate Powell. Going to force the Bucks to use one of their timeouts and stop the clock with 44 seconds to go. So Tate Powell here, number 32, another one of the seniors. Going to see him there come up, jumps over the pile, makes the tackle there for the Bulldogs and stops them after a gain of 2. So the Bucks take a timeout here to stop the clock, and I'm going to hit up another one of our wonderful sponsors here, Carpet One Floor and Home. The best part of Carpet One is they got 3 different locations. They got stores in LeGrand, Baker City, and Enterprise. And if you're up in Wallowa County, they've been celebrating 24 years. Wonderful up there. They have both Englander mattresses made right here in Oregon, some natural latex, even copper-infused supportive comfort. Carpet One Floor and Home. If you need them, give them a call. Check them out. Again, I cannot emphasize enough how much we appreciate these sponsors for being able to help us provide this broadcast both tonight and all season on EO Alive. So again, if you got a chance, hit up one of our sponsors, stop by. We got Hobby Habit, Gray's West Funeral Home, Grand Ron Retirement Residence, the Grand Ron Hospital, Tap That Growlers, B&K Auto Salvage, Rockin' Sons, and Carpet One Floor and Home. Show your appreciation. Stop by when you are in need. All right, 44 seconds to go here. Pendleton, Davis on the roll out to the near side here. He's going to try and connect with his receiver, Lucas Benching, incomplete. And if you are joining us or haven't heard, EO Alive is now available on Roku. You're going to go ahead, hit the menu button, search EO Alive, and it should pop up right there for you. Just a reminder as well, we got 39 seconds here to go in the second quarter. Coming up with a 5 wide receiver set here, trips to the near side. Davis going to drop back to throw. He's looking near. Ooh, a nice little hook and ladder there play. 6 to 32, touchdown. Pendleton, the pass to Bennings, and then throws it up to McKay. This is what we call a hook and ladder here. They're going to throw it. Jennings catches it. McKay, the pitch, executed to perfection by the Bucks. That's going to be the running back, Peyton Lambert. My mistake. Peyton Lambert, their senior running back, with the touchdown there. So, the Bucks knew exactly what they were doing. They're up 34-7, looking to go up 35-7, and they do. We'll be back for the final kickoff and 31 seconds. Actually, I'm just going to hold it here because we're about ready anyway. And just let me give you a reminder what's coming up for halftime for us. The first thing we're going to see is a video of our news roundup put together. Excuse me. That really covers and kind of goes over the various state measures that are on the ballot coming up here in about 10 days. Second November, second Tuesday in November, Election Day here. So you want to stick around for that, letting you know what it means if you vote yes, what it means if you vote no, how it might impact your community locally. We want to be educated when we cast those votes. So be sure to stick around at halftime for that. As well, we're hoping to broadcast here an interview with Eastern Oregon University head coach, the head football coach, Coach Kemp, also at halftime as well. The Bulldogs are going to receive the kickoff here, and then they will also receive the opening kickoff of the second half as well. Pendleton really couldn't have scripted a better first half performance here. As successful as they've been, I really think the difference has been the offensive and defensive line. On offense, Pendleton has been able to get a push. It's allowed their running game to really get going, which opens up the pass. On the other side, the Bulldogs really haven't been able to get their running game going, which has caused some issues with getting the pass open. All right, so the Bucks going to do a short kick here. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Flag is up. So the Bulldogs are going to take over 1st and 10 on the 35. 31 seconds to go. We'll see what they decide to do here. The Bulldog offense has had some success with the connection of Hobson to Meyer going deep, but you imagine the Bucks are going to play a safe defense here to try and prevent anyone from getting behind. Looks like they're just going to come out with a 3-man front. little nickel defense here. Looks like they got 5 defensive backs on the field. Hobson running in the play from the sideline. All right, we'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do. 31 seconds to go here. Hobson in the backfield. 4 wide receiver set. Powell in motion. Drops back. He's looking for Meyer. Meyer cut it inside. Hobson was throwing it to the sideline. Again, just a little miscommunication there. But it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Again, I'm a little surprised the Bucks sticking with single coverage there on the far side. Meyer has had a lot of success beating his man, whoever that has been covering him, in getting deep. Haven't heard Hudson Spike's name a whole lot offensively. He's been great defensively. He's dealing with a bit of an ankle injury, and so he's not quite up to full speed. Meyer really the only receiver at full strength. Hobson just going to hand it up to Garvin here, see if they can get a little bit of movement. Nope. Again, that Pendleton Bucks line, even on 2nd and 10, with 20 seconds left, they're able to stop the run there. That's really been the difference in the game. All right, so that's probably going to be the last play of the half. Just under 10 seconds to go here. Bulldogs are going to call one final timeout, probably throw one more pass up and see what they can do. So a quick timeout there for the Bulldogs. Again, just a quick reminder what's kind of on the line here for both of these teams. The Bulldogs trying to continue their season. If they lose, they're done. So if they need a win here, if they win, they're going to be in the state playoffs. Pendleton already in the state playoffs, but is playing for seeding and potentially a home field game in the first round, which is always quite an advantage up there at the rodeo grounds. So just 6 seconds left here. Again, I think the Bulldogs probably looking for 1, maybe 2 more plays, 3rd and 10, so they got 2 more if they want. Again, one thing you'd think for the Bulldogs that has been positive, they haven't really had any turnovers, which has been good, especially after last week. Again, Crook County, they got out to an early 13-0 lead before seeing Crook County put up 34 straight points on 3 Bulldog possessions, and that kind of put it out of reach after that. All right, Hobson deep. Gonna go, looks like to Spike. Nope, overthrown. No interception. 0.8 seconds left on the clock. So we will have one more play here before halftime. Again, just a reminder, we really appreciate you joining us, whether you're joining us on EO Live TV on the Facebook page, the website, whether you're on Roku or the Baker Bulldog Nation, or even the YouTube EO Live page. We thank you so much for joining us, not only tonight, but all season long. And with 0.8 seconds left, the Bucks are going to call another quick time out. While this is going on, again, I just want to mention our sponsors. Hobby Habit, located in LeGrand. Gray's West Funeral Home, located in Baker City. The Grand Ron Retirement Residence, they're located in LeGrand. Grand Ron Hospital in LeGrand as well. Tap That Growlers, if you're looking for somewhere to go tonight, grab a couple drinks. Check them out. They're in LeGrand as well. B&K Auto Salvage, they got locations in LeGrand and Baker City. Rock & Sons, East End of Adams in LeGrand, and Carpet One Floor and Home, Baker City, LeGrand, and Enterprise. If you need something, check them out. Let them know you appreciate their willingness to support this time of broadcast, and for these players and even you fans, most importantly, to have access to these games. All right, 0.8 seconds left before halftime. Hobson, one play. Going to fake the handoff, roll to the right. He's just going to look to run, pick up a few yards, and he'll go out of bounds. And that is going to do it for first half action here from Bulldog Memorial Stadium on senior night. The Bucks 35, the Bulldogs 7. Again, just a reminder, we got a news roundup coming up here shortly about the various state measures on the ballots. You'll want to stick around for that, as well as the interview with head coach Kemp, the Eastern Oregon football head coach. In the meantime, have yourself a great halftime. We'll be back for second half action here in a little bit. Again, score Pendleton 35, Bulldogs 7.
Here's your EO Live weather forecast.
Hope all of the great end to the work week. Gabe Curtis reporting on this October 28th, brought to you by Nate Conklin, State Farm Insurance. Now, I sure if I saw highs into the low to mid 50s today, with an exception for that cooler spot, upper 40s in Joseph, with that warm spot on the map, 63 in Pendleton. And out the door today, we did see a few sprinkles across our region. That chance continues overnight tonight up towards the north, with a mix of cloudiness, allowing for temperatures out that way to mostly hold into the 30s, with that exception for that warm spot, mid 40s in Pendleton. Much cooler across many areas across our south, where we will see more clearing, with conditions remaining dry, dropping temperatures into the 20s out towards places like Baker and Burns. Heading into the day tomorrow, I'm expecting mid to the upper 50s for much of us, with that exception for that warm spot on the map, 64 in Pendleton. It's possible we still see a few sprinkles continuing throughout the morning hours, and we could even see that out towards our south as we inch closer to mid to late morning, before we see completely dry conditions developing during the day, with more sunshine expected for the afternoon. Heading into the day tomorrow for LeGrand, it looks like this will start out into the upper 30s at the 8 o'clock hour. A few sprinkles are possible, beginning with a light southerly wind flow. Those winds slightly change to the southeast during the day, but overall still fairly light winds, with gusts not exceeding 20 miles an hour. I'm expecting much more sunshine as we gradually get through the day, with those highs reaching the mid to the upper 50s, dropping those temperatures into the lower 30s overnight. More clouds for the afternoon on Sunday, bringing a slight chance for a few sprinkles into the evening and overnight, with those highs into the upper 50s. As we did my 7-day forecast, those overnight lows hold into the upper 30s into early Monday. Latest update brings back that moisture earlier into the week, but I think the best chance to see likely rain showers would hold off somewhere between the afternoon and overnight hours into late Monday, becoming steady at times into the day on Tuesday as that cold front moves in, bringing a mix of rain and snow. We really start to break up that moisture as we become cooler around midweek, but it's possible at least some areas of the Grand Mountain Valley in that time frame sees a dusting to an inch of snow as we cool those highs back into low to mid 40s and overnight lows into low to mid 20s. This has been Gabe Curtis bringing the most accurate forecast you can get here in Eastern Oregon. Thank you to the folks down at Nate Conklin State Farm Insurance for sponsoring this weather forecast, and I will be back on Monday. Have a blessed weekend.
Hi Eastern Oregon, this is Alex McCadden, your EO Live News Director, with a preview of Fall 2022 ballot measures. We start off with Measure 11. Measure 11 is an amendment to the state constitution proposed by the legislature. The text of this amendment is to, quote, ensure that every resident of Oregon has access to cost-effective, clinically appropriate, and affordable health care as a fundamental right, unquote. Legislative intent when examining a bill matters. The effect of this bill will ultimately result in the state being required to provide health care to all residents who are unable to procure it for themselves. How this is implemented and funded remains to be seen, whether through an expansion of Medicaid for individuals who do not have health care, or the creation of a single-payer system in which all Oregonians are enrolled. Measure 112 is another state constitutional amendment proposed by the legislature. When the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution was passed in 1865, the nationwide ban on slavery contained an exemption for involuntary servitude as punishment for crimes. Measure 112 aims to ban slavery as a criminal punishment in Oregon at the state level. The impacts on current inmate work programs will need to be clarified by the legislature if the state constitution amendment passes. The state constitution currently requires inmate work rehabilitation programs, and many inmates participate in the workforce at wage rates lower than minimum wage, along with receiving housing, meals, and health care. Voters should carefully weigh the lack of a public legislative plan for implementation as they consider voting on this measure. Measure 113 is a voter-initiated constitutional amendment that would ban any sitting lawmaker from ever running for the legislature again if they have more than 10 unexcused absences. Democrats and Republicans have both utilized legislative walkouts in the last 20 years to prevent the passage of legislation that their respective caucuses oppose. While the Constitution was written without the intent of utilizing unexcused absences in this manner, it has become the only guaranteed tool available to legislatures in the minority party to prevent the passage of legislation that lawmakers find harmful to their constituents. Given the historical use of unexcused absences to safeguard against extreme partisanship in the legislature, voters should consider where their representatives should continue to have access to this tool to represent their interests. Measure 114 is a voter-initiated state law that would enact several new firearms restrictions. Upon passage, all Oregonians would be prohibited from purchasing firearms without a permit issued by local law enforcement. Local law enforcement could only issue the permit after receiving a photo ID and fingerprints, conducting criminal background checks, and providing safety training, all at the cost of the applicants. New prohibitions would be enacted on magazine capacity. Manufacturing, importing, purchasing, selling, possessing, using, or transferring magazines over 10 rounds would be a Class A misdemeanor. For the first 180 days after passage, firearms dealers may purchase and then sell magazines larger than 10 rounds out of state, which would assist Oregonians attempting to eliminate illegal magazines. After the 180 days, Oregonians will have no legal method of disposing of these magazines that does not incur thousands of dollars or fines and jail time. Now, on to local ballot measures. In 2020, Oregon voters legalized the use of psilocybin in supervised therapy. In 2021, the legislature voted to allow cities and counties to refer bans on psilocybin production and service centers to voters. Residents of Cove, Island City, LeGrand, North Powder, and Union will vote on ballot measures referred by their respective city councils to ban psilocybin producers and service operators within their city limits. Union County residents will also vote on a measure referred by commissioners to ban production of service centers in unincorporated areas. The Elgin City Council referred 3 additional ballot measures to their voters. Measure 3108 is a proposed amendment to the Elgin City Charter to allow council candidates to file by paying a $50 fee in lieu of collecting 20 signatures. The Jewel of the Blue Mountains is one of only a few cities in Oregon with an elected administrator and recorder. Measure 3106 makes the position appointed by the City Council, and Measure 3107 changes the title to just City Administrator. City managers are almost always appointed due to a lack of community residents who possess the skills and experience to manage a municipal government. No candidate filed to run for Elgin City Administrator this year. Elgin voters should weigh in on whether they wish to continue selecting the city manager from amongst their neighbors, or if they wish to provide the council with flexibility to expand the talent pool available to manage city services. Thanks for watching this EO Alive explanation of Fall 2022 statewide ballot measures.
What is up, Eastern Oregon? This is Dodzy, and this is your sports show for Wednesday, October 26th, 2022. This is all brought to you by Hobby Habit right here in LeGrand. If you need anything for your hobby needs, go see them. They have Traxxas RC. They have table games. They have Legos. They have a huge selection of STEM products for learning. Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it, right here in LeGrand, 411 First Street. Show today is going to be quick. LeGrand High School volleyball won their playing game last night against Staten. Awesome job, ladies. Let's go. We have soccer playoffs coming up for the high school, both girls and boys. We have football playoffs coming up. We are going to stream the home football game, so be prepared for that. EOU football won homecoming this weekend against Montana Northern, 37-0. It was awesome. Men's soccer up at EOU won both of their games. They have senior night coming up this weekend, and I'm going to have a few of the seniors on the show towards the end of the week, so pay attention. I'm also going to have a couple EOU volleyball players and a couple of EOU women's soccer players in honor of senior night. My guests for today, I always interview them on Tuesdays. That's coming out a day late today, but we're going to talk about this big 37-0 win. We finally got on in the win column, and it was awesome. He's Tim Camp. Here it is. We're coming off of homecoming weekend here in LeGrand. 37-0 win over Montana Northern. That had to feel good.
That felt real good, and to be able to see so many guys come back that I've coached that care a lot, from the golf scramble to the bonfire to the homecoming parade. the ribbon cutting. You know, it was just a great day for those guys to be able to come back, and really all alumni to be able to put a product on the field that the alumni can be proud of. So I was super excited for our guys and for everybody that came back. It's always good to see them.
Yeah, the shutout was huge. I mean, like that,
oh yeah, no.
I was talking with, I don't remember what player who, it was somebody after the game, and I can't put a exact name to it, but and this isn't a direct quote, but he said basically, you know, us beating them 37-0 let us know that you know, we're in the same group as everybody else because we kicked the shit out of them too.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, a couple plays go a different way. It's all about us making plays, you know. And was it clean out there that day? No, it wasn't, right? But the kids played extremely hard. You know, when you can hold people to minus yards rushing, and you can throw some trick plays in, and it all works, right? It's all, everybody's, oh, hey, everything's good. But you really got to go back and you got to watch the film, and then you got to you got to watch the effort. I thought we had extremely great effort out there all day. Execution was cleaner, and sometimes when you play a team that struggles, right? And it was kind of what I talked to you guys about the year before, or the week before, is we went up to Northern. Yeah, we were in my opinion, and we were a better team that year, but we also didn't execute. We just thought we're going to show up and win, and then. So I was super proud of this group of guys that went out there, and they were determined to win this game. They weren't looking at the scoreboard. They were determined to make plays, and they were determined to play hard and fast. And then the product on the field really showed at the end of the game. And I told them, hey, you guys won. It's 38-0 or 37-0, and hey, good job. And it felt really, really good to be able to come in the locker room and to be able to thank these guys, and how much I appreciate the fact that, you know, I told them, I said, you could have sacked your bats a long time ago. You didn't do that, right? And Mounties don't quit. Mounties win homecoming games, right? So that was awesome for me to be able to just say thank you to them.
Speaking of rushing, it's the first time all year we've had somebody over 100 yards on the ground.
Right. Yeah, we actually ran the ball really, really well against Rocky Mountain. I think that we ran the ball well against Northern. I think that there was a lot more out there. I think the emphasis is being more creative offensively, and not just, hey, here's what we do. Here's a ball. Let's go play. I think those are all key things as you start building a game plan for somebody. And it's going to be key this week. You know, we just can't go in there and you think that, hey, we're going to be able to run inside zone stretch and pin pull toss and without trying to be creative in how we do it. So you probably saw a few different looks, a few different sets for us, and we're going to continue to do those things. You know, it's an advantage in the box for us, you know, and when people want to load the box up and here you sit and you're just trying to run your stuff, that doesn't work normally in football. So that's why we're going to continue to be creative in really every aspect of the game. And, you know, we're going to swing for the fences and everything that we got, and really, again, to put a product on the field that these guys can, you know, we can be successful, put them in a position to be successful, right? You got to learn to adapt to your players. Right? Hey, this guy's good here, or hey, maybe he might be a little bit better in this spot right here. And once you adapt your players and be able to create something for them, I think that's when you will see success. And it's really good when you have the best team, and we've been there before. Hey, go run inside zone. They can't stop you, right? But when you have good players, but you're not creative, that creates a problem for me. So again, you're going to see some different things, and you're going to be able to see get different guys in some different areas, and I think that's going to be huge for the success moving forwards. And the evaluation process that I've been going through all year, right, to make sure that we're doing everything from a coaching standpoint, also to a player standpoint, to our locker rooms, to classes. All of this stuff gets evaluated every single day.
Yeah, with 3 games left, I mean, I would assume down the stretch we're going to see more of Aiden Patterson at 8.3 yards per carry, man. I mean,
yeah, you know, we're really trying to build that, you know, being able to coach. You know, I've taken over the running backs. I've been bringing them into my room with the offensive line to try and, so there's a lot more yards out there. I do believe, right? To be able to see things is key for a running back. And, you know, quite frankly, I probably should have been coaching the running backs and the offensive line all together all year long, right? And but to be able to bring them in and show them, hey, you know what, here's where your eye's at, but this is where the cut's at, I think it is super important moving forwards. So yeah, I think you're going to get a chance to see more of him. I think that there's a couple other guys that you'll be able to see see and maybe some different spots. But at the same time, super pleased and impressed with, how he ran the ball. And, he's one of those guys, you give him the ball, he can break it at any time. So
Right.
that's great to see.
And then a huge game for my boy, Parker Robinson.
Let's go.
We talked about him last week.
We talked about him last week. He's building. He's building.
He is.
Is he there yet? No. But at the same time, to be able to watch, and those are things that I knew that he was capable of doing. He threw a touchdown pass, ran for a touchdown. He's another kid. He's a play away from breaking something and being pretty special at it. And I like how he's owning, his role. He's I've been able to the last, but right before Rocky Week, I started introducing this Wildcat package and trying to build off of it a little bit, each week. And, we still got more to add, and as he can continue to accept it and be great at it, that package can really begin to expand, and we can do a great job with him. And, I got Colton Kesey back there. He's actually taking some snaps at Wildcat. So, I got a couple guys that, hey, you know what, they feel kind of special because it's we're building the package around them, which they should. It's a credit to them that they've done enough to be able to show that I trust them with the ball, and I'll continue to build that package and let them go run and throw and do the things that they need to do. But super proud of Parker.
I like it. I think it's a good look. I really do. Defensively, it seemed like, in the last few weeks, the air was kind of out of the defense. But this Saturday, I mean, the energy was there.
You finally got a chance to see Gabe Shuckle play ball like I know how
finally.
He can play. That was exciting. I think that we had a lot of guys. It was pretty boring in the back end for our DBs, but at the same time, being able to continue to step up and make plays, play after play, and not get lulled to sleep because they were going to run misdirection or counter, or they're going to run inside zone. Or the tail of the tape is when they started faking it, on their punt team or on their force recon. And for us to be at home, I thought that was a sign of discipline. I thought that was a sign that they were locked in the game. So again, very proud of our defense to be able to continue to kind of be on that edge, but not over the edge.
Yeah, Shuckle gets held a lot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've watched it. I mean, he gets held a lot.
Yeah, so it was finally really. He just went out and played, and I brought him in my office last night, and I said, hey, you know what? I finally saw what I knew I was going to see. So keep it up, and I think that he realizes that he can be a difference maker and he can be a factor in each and every game. So super proud of him as well.
Yeah, I think.
Welcome back, everyone, to Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium. My name is Jesse Taub. I am here for you tonight for the remainder of the game and have been here all season. I just want to send a special thank you to all of you joining us both tonight and various other moments throughout the season. It's been a pleasure to be with you. We are getting ready for second half action here on senior night for the Bulldogs. The Bucks. Jennings going to do a little bit of a pooch kick to Meyer. See, it's going to go out of bounds. So the Bulldogs, looking to get themselves going here, down 34-7, are going to take over 1st and 10 on the 35. Again, if you're just joining us, a reminder here, kind of what's at stake. The Bulldogs trying to do a little bit of a comeback here to keep their season alive. If they win, they're in the state playoffs. If they lose, we are done. For the Bucks, they have already clinched a berth in the state playoffs, now playing for seeding and hoping to secure a first-round home game. All right, so the Bulldogs set to start us off here. Hobson in the backfield, 3 wide receiver set. Handed up on the middle to Garvin, stopped for no gain, and if you've been joining us for the first half, that has been the storyline. The trenches for the Bucks, they've been doing great on defense, not allowing them to push them around at all. Again, their 2 defensive tackles, Bryson Red Crane and Enoch Crane. Red Crane, 6'3", 305. Enoch Crane, 6'1", 360. All right. Bulldogs in a little bit of a tight formation here. Meyer and Spike to the near side. Hobson steps up in the pocket, feels some pressures, then going to drop it off to Meyer, but just a little low, unable to make the completion. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. 11:20 to go here in the third quarter. Ball's on the 34-yard line, 34 and a half. Just a reminder as well, EO Alive TV is now offering a channel on Roku. Yes, you're able to go ahead and open up your Roku, hit the home button, and search EO Alive, and you'll see it pop right up. Go ahead and download it, and you have instant access to everything we offer here. All right, so Bulldogs, 3rd and 10. Hobson back to pass, going to throw it off short to Meyer again, and I think it just might have been a little bit of pressure in his face that caused him to pull up short. So the Bulldogs, a quick 3 and out. Only 40 seconds into the second quarter, they will bring out the punt team. The punter for the Bulldogs tonight, Tate Powell, again, joining us recently. The Bulldogs without a number of injured starters here tonight, both from the previous game and since the LeGrand game. They've kind of been a little beat up. A little trouble on the snap. Powell not able to get it off. Kick is blocked. That's going up in the air. Dylan Abramson for the Bucks is going to fall on it, and Pendleton will take over. Again, more great field possession for the Bucks. It really began in the first quarter. After the Bucks scored their first opening touchdown, they took the opening drive down the field, scored on a 37-yard touchdown run, then was able to kick off, and the Bulldogs had a little trouble on the kickoff, and the Bulldogs end up starting their first possession from the 5. They would also start their third possession from the 5, and that, along with the battle in the trenches, has been the game. All right, so we'll see what the Bucks decide to do here, coming out in the second half, up 35-7, 3 wide receiver set to the near side. Toss it out there to number 32. That's their big man, Peyton Lambert, down the sideline before he's finally corralled there by Hobson inside the 10. Again, Lambert having himself a game. Those linemen up front for the Bucks as well, creating a number of holes. You see there Lambert on the replay, kind of making his way through, finds a hole, and quick burst of speed. Already down inside the 5 for the Bucks at the 4. So it'll be 1st and goal. 11 minutes to go now here in the third quarter. So Lambert will remain in the game. He's in the backfield, the halfback behind Davis, their quarterback. 3 wide receivers set. Going to hand it off to, nope. Davis is going to pull it. He's got some room, and he is in. His first touchdown of the night. Jackson Davis, that is his first touchdown on the ground. He's had a couple through the air. But Davis, you see there, reads the defensive end, pulls the ball when the DN collapses, makes his way off the tackle into the end zone untouched. Bucks now up 41-7, looking to make it 42. Jennings, the kicker here for the Bucks. Has only missed 1 so far, but they were able to keep themselves on schedule with a 2-point conversion. Jennings, that kick looks good. Yep, that one's good. So it'll put the Bucks up 42-7, 1 minute into the fourth quarter. We'll be back right after this.
We moved our company to LeGrand because we like the quality of life here, the small town atmosphere. Also, we felt like it would be really good for the townspeople to bring the benefits of our company here. For this building, we'd like to house Evermine on the main floor, have a little espresso bar and bookstore for the townspeople, and open up the ballroom upstairs for all the different events that people want to celebrate.
All right, welcome back to Bulldog Memorial Stadium here on a chilly evening in Baker City. I'd imagine we're right about 35 degrees outside. No wind, which is kind of nice. That's obviously a savior as far as keeping the temperature, feels like, to a minimum. So the Bucks here getting ready to kick off. It'll be Garvin and Meyer deep to receive for Baker. Again, if you're just joining us too or did not hear earlier in the show, for the Bulldogs, they're without star wide receiver Rashawn Jones tonight with an injured collarbone. He's normally deep to receive and one of their wide receivers. Instead, it's going to be Meyer, and it's going to go out of bounds again. Was it touched? They're going to say no, and that's where the flag is going to come in. So then it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 again for the Bulldogs. Just a reminder as well, the Baker Bulldog volleyball team has a home match coming up tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. against Philomath. Again, they're hosting Philomath. This is the second round of the Volleyball State Championships here at the Baker Gymnasium. If they win, the girls volleyball team, they're headed to Springfield, Oregon, where the final 8 play off in the final state tournament, which would be the 4th and 5th of November, next Friday and Sunday. So the Bulldogs looking to get a good win tomorrow there. As far as the Bulldogs cross-country teams, both the boys and the girls qualified for state, so they will be heading to the Eugene area next weekend at Lane Community College, where the state event is. All right, Bulldogs on the field. Hobson, speed option, tosses to Garvin. Good pursuit by the Bucks. They're able to tackle him really for no gain. Again, on your screen there, you see big number 75-76. You can't ask for 2 better defensive tackles, in my opinion. They've done a wonderful job all evening forcing that Bulldog line into the backfield, causing trouble for Garvin and the run game. We'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do here. Coming out in a 3 wide receiver set, standard. Spike the near side, Meyer the slot, Powell the tight end in motion. Hobson, and going to hand it off to Garvin again. And as you see, 75-76 right there in the middle. Hold him out for no gain. Excuse me, that's going to be Clay Stevens, the freshman. Mentioned him earlier. He's going to be Garvin's backup tonight. Number 21, you see there, fighting for extra yardage and then pushed back. Really third, maybe 1. Or excuse me, 3rd and 9. They might have gained 1 on that last play. Ball's on the 21. 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Same 3 wide receiver set. Spike near side. Meyer in the slot. Hobson looks like he's going for Meyer. Hits him in stride. See if Meyer can make one man miss. He does, but then gets back up. Tackled, but not before he missed enough for a first down. So a big 3rd down conversion there for the Bulldogs. Get a great view right there on our instant replay. You see Meyer able to get free. He's been able to get free really all night. Just getting that connection with Hobson has been a little bit of the trouble. But the Bulldogs' only touchdown scored by Meyer from Hobson on a deep pass. They also were able to connect on another 40-yard completion. However, that pass did not lead to any points. So Meyer got to be over 100 yards receiving by now. Going to hand it off. It looks like Clay Stevens off the right side. Get some nice push there, and the Bulldogs will be happy with a 4-yard gain there on first down. They've really been behind the chains all night, and it's tough here at high school level when you're going with 3rd and long often. Even the Bulldogs, they've got a great passing attack, although without Rashawn Jones currently, as I mentioned, and Hudson Spike battling an ankle injury, he's still on the field. You'll see him there, number 13, but not at full strength. So it'll be about 2nd and 7 or a long 6 for the Bulldogs. Ooh, toss to the near side. Garvin not quite able to get around the outside, so it's going to bring up another 3rd and long. Garvin a little slow to get up here too. Not what you want to see for the Bulldogs. He's up though, running back to the huddle. He should be fine. Getting tackled there by the Bucks. Andrew Demanu, one of their captains, senior captains, plays center and looks like middle linebacker for the Bucks. All right, so 3rd and 8. The Bulldogs are looking to convert another 3rd down here, keep the drive going. We'll have Spike to the near side. Meyer's going to be in the slot, and Straw Brown on the far side. Bucks coming with a blitz. Hobson gets it off before it gets there, but it's going to be dropped. No interception, but would have effectively been a punt. We'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do here now, 4th and 8. They'll probably go for it. Take a look at the replay again. I was worried that blitz was going to get to Hobson before he was able to get it off, but he's able to get it off, but being hit, comes up a little short, and the Bucks unable to make the interception. So 4th and 8 here. The Bulldogs, Garvin running in the play. The District 5 standings, LeGrand is going to take the district/conference win here. They're 5-0, a perfect 5-0, and they've looked great. No doubt going to make some heads turn in the state playoffs here. Hobson, 4th and 10. Ball's fumbled. It's going to go out of bounds. So the Bucks are going to take over 1st and 10 in Bulldogs territory around the 26-yard line with just under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pendleton up 42-7. Let me mention here a couple of our wonderful sponsors again. Hobby Habit, located in LeGrand, and trust me, they have something for everyone. If you're into just needing something to do, check them out, please. They got tabletop games, RC, Legos, puzzles, models, disc golf equipment, STEM supplies, and more. Again, check out Hobby Habit just for the fun of it, located in LeGrand, 411 First Street. Give them a call, 541-963-9602. All right. Bucks and Jackson Davis opening second possession here, the third quarter. They're going deep. Little bit of trouble. It's going to be intercepted there by Meyer. We'll see if he brings it out. He does not, or does. Let's see where they mark him down here. I wasn't sure if he's trying to go out or not. It looks like he did, and he got the question, where are they going to place the ball? I think they might have the ball on the 1. So Meyer there makes the great interception on Davis's pass, but probably would have been a better idea just to take a knee there. Instead, he gets out of bounds, takes it out of the end zone, and they're going to start on the 1. So if you're the Bucks, not a terrible interception if you have your opposing team starting on the 1 here, especially with their big line. The Bulldogs, though, look to create a little bit of breathing room here as they're in their end zone. Right around 4 minutes to go now in the third quarter, 1st and 10. Hobson in the backfield with Garvin. And quick throw here, looking for Meyer. He's got him, but great tackle there by the Bucks, number 32. Again, that's their star running back and linebacker, Peyton Lambert, having himself a game. One thing I will say about this Pendleton Nikiawe team is they are loose, they are having fun. When they came out at halftime, YMCA was playing, and probably 50% of the team was dancing along with it. They're having a good time, and you'd imagine so with the score, but that also goes to the coaching, I'm sure, keeping his team loose. Again, the head coach for Pendleton is Eric Davis, the head coach. Hobson, though, going to try and get a few yards. Gets out, and ball might have come loose there. We'll see. If so, I believe the Bucks recovered it. The question is, was he down before the ball came out? And I think that's what they're discussing. I think they're going to say he was down before it came out. Nope, they're going to say it's Pendleton ball. So after a long discussion there, the refs determined that he was, in fact, being tackled in the air, did not have a knee down before that ball came out there. So the Bucks, after the interception, they'll get their own turnover and take over 1st and goal at the Bulldog 5. Just about 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Another one of our great sponsors, Gray's West Funeral Home. Their Pioneer Chapel is renowned after more than 90 years of excellence, and they provide unparalleled personal service, unmatched facilities, and guaranteed value to every family that calls upon their family. Looks like the Bucks are going to be stopped there in the backfield. They're located here in Baker City, 1500 Dewey Avenue. Give them a call, 541-523-3677, or go to grayswestco.com and see how they can help you. Again, Gray's West Funeral Home here in Baker City. So the Bucks stopped in the backfield there, going to lose 1 yard. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 6 now, just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. So a quick moving quarter here. And part of the reason for that is there's currently a running clock on right now. Again, with a 35-point lead in the second half, the running clock continues, even on out-of-bounds plays and things along those. They're going to toss to Lambert here. He's going to try and reverse field, and he's got some green. Peyton Lambert in for, I believe, his 3rd touchdown of the night. Some great vision by that young man to cut it back across the grain. Let's check out the replay. He gets the pitch. He knows no one's there, makes one man miss. Has the vision to see the outside, comes across the grain, into the end zone, no problem. Bucks touchdown. That'll put him at 48 with 1 point pending. Again, kicker Benito Jennings here for the Bucks. Corbett holds, kick up and good. All right, so the Bucks take a 49-7 lead, and I'm going to keep it right here just to hit up another one of our sponsors in this quick-moving third quarter, Grand Ron Retirement Residence. Their retirement is here to support residents with all their needs. They offer a variety of innovative, life-enriching activities and events designed to stimulate not only the mind and body, but the soul at every age of life. I think I could go for a little bit of that. Anyway, go to their website, check them out, or call 541-250-3313. Again, that's Grand Ron Retirement Residence. So not quite what the Bulldogs were looking for here on senior night. For the Bucks, they couldn't have scripted a better game, and they will have some good momentum after their loss to LeGrand last week. Again, if you didn't watch the game, it was basically a swamp of a field that they were playing on. You could see the water jump up every step the players took. LeGrand was able to get out ahead and hold on for the win, 33-20. But I have a feeling this Pendleton team will tell you they have a little bit of unfinished business to go about. All right, and while they get ready for the kickoff here, another one of our fabulous sponsors, Grand Ron Hospital. They're located in LeGrand, and if you haven't heard, they started their 90,000-plus square foot surgical expansion to improve the surgical services they offer to the Grand Ron Valley and Eastern Oregon. Please, Garvin, a little bit of a mishap there, but check out their website or give them a call, grh.org. Again, they got a wide variety of specialty services that they offer, Grand Ron Hospital and clinics. All right, so after a little bit of a trouble on the kickoff, it'll be 1st and 10 Bulldogs with just under 30 seconds to go. We'll see if the Bulldogs decide to snap the ball here or if they just wait for the end of the quarter and switch fields. 15 seconds to go here, and they might just hold it and go to the fourth quarter. And, yep, 5 seconds to go. That's clearly what they're going to do. So we will take a break here with you. We will be back for fourth quarter action. Pendleton 49, Baker 7 right after this.
Eastern Oregon's weather can oftentimes seem unpredictable. One minute it'll be raining, then it'll be sunny and wonderful, then snowing and then sunny, then the next it'll be raining cats and dogs, literally. So how do you prepare yourself for such flip-floppy weather? Well, by tuning into EO Live Weather with me, Gabe Curtis, of course, the most accurate weather forecast in all of Eastern Oregon. I'll keep you informed with daily weather updates that can take an in-depth look through the next 7 days. Because if cats and dogs are literally going to fall from the sky, you will want to know. EOA Weather right here on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we're back here getting ready for fourth quarter action as the teams are going to walk down to the far end of the field. In the meantime, I'm going to hit up another one of our great sponsors. Again, you hear me mentioning sponsors all the time. I cannot emphasize enough. Without them, we would not be able to provide this programming both here in Baker City and also for the LeGrand home games. So we appreciate them very much. One of my favorites in LeGrand, Tap That Growlers. They offer themselves 40 taps of beer, hard cider, kombucha, and even brewed root beer. They got a full menu including brick oven pizza and also an adults-only area with Oregon Lottery and a custom-made shuffleboard table. Check them out. They're at LeGrand on Adams Avenue, Suite 1106, 100 Adams Avenue. All right, as we get set for fourth quarter action, you hear the fans singing along to some Sweet Caroline. It'll be Bulldogs possession. Hobson in the backfield by himself. A little trouble with the snap, some pressure. He's able to get a little bit loose, gets the throw off. Didn't see anybody in the area, but he's out of the box. Hopefully he got it past the line of scrimmage to avoid the grounding, which it looks like he did. So Pendleton, assuming the score holds, which, you know, I think we can say most likely will, they're going to head out. They will be the 2 seed from District 5. LeGrand is going to be the 1 seed. I would imagine both of these programs are going to host a game. LeGrand for sure will host a game. Pendleton, I am guessing, will. They came in ranked number 10 for OSAA rankings. Undoubtedly, that will go up. The Bulldogs were ranked number 8. Again, the Bulldogs had a really tough strength of schedule, which helped them out there. Ooh, Hobson's toss here to Garvin. He's got a lot of room now. This has got to be another first down before he's tackled there by Trey Boston for the Bucks. Oh, flag on the field here on the near side. We'll see what they are going to call. Little discussion going on over there. We'll listen to the white hat. All right, so holding called against the Bulldogs there. Again, that was on the near side, kind of out of the play. You don't like to see that, given that it didn't really have any impact on the play. But either way, it's going to back up the Bulldogs from the spot of the foul. So it'll really be about 2nd and 14, 2nd and 13 here now for the Bulldogs. We are under 10 minutes to play right now in the fourth quarter. Again, the clock is running with the 42-point lead for the Bucks. But as I was saying, Pendleton, Nikiawe, most likely their ranking is going to go up. They'll probably be 7-ish, I'd imagine, in the standings, which would allow them then to host a game. All right, so the handoff now to the freshman, Clay Stevens. Gets up the middle for a handful of yards there. Again, the Bulldogs offensive line now able to open up a good hole there. Good blocking by Rudy and Jacobs on the right side of the line. Excuse me, Richards and Walden there making the blocks for the Bulldogs. Not sure where I got Jacobs. Either way, 3rd and 6 now for the Bulldogs. Ball on the 22, looking to keep the chains moving here, maintain possession, try and get down and score a touchdown. Hobson's been looking for Meyer a lot tonight. 3rd down, oh, that's not a flag, I guess. They're going to go spike on the cross. One of their standard plays. Looks like it'll be enough for the first down there. You take a look at the replay. Again, Hobson, big wide receiver. Hudson spike there, number 13. Again, battling an ankle injury tonight. He's 6'2", 175. Both he and Hobson will be kind of turning their attention to basketball in what I would imagine Baker is anticipating a state championship run this year on the basketball court. All right, Hobson in the backfield, going to hand it off to the freshman, Clay Stevens. Again, for you Bulldog fans out there, both the boys basketball team and the girls basketball team, I would be shocked if they both didn't make it to state. They made it to state. Both of them made it to state last year. They traveled to Coos Bay, to Marshfield. The boys lost their first 2 games, but an injury to one of their players, Jaron Long, really derailed their chances to make some movement. But almost everybody is back for the Bulldogs, and they will be ready to roll there. All right, Hobson stepping back now, unable to connect with Meyer there, facing a little bit of pressure in the backfield by the Bucks. So we'll be back now, 3rd and 8, ball on the 34, 7.5 minutes to go here. Again, Bulldogs looking for another 3rd down conversion to maintain possession. Pendleton as well will be part of the Greater Oregon League now this upcoming year. They're also District 5, but that's kind of a special football district. All right, we got another penalty here. It's going to be offsides on the Bucks. So the Bulldogs will move ahead 5 yards, get it to about 3rd and 3. They'll be on the 39. 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And I want to tell you about another one of our great sponsors, B&K Auto Salvage. Grand Ronde Valley's only full-service auto recycling yard offering domestic and foreign auto parts. You got to contact them for all your used auto parts needs and scrap metal removal. They got locations in LeGrand and Baker City. B&K Auto Salvage. No excuses not to check them out. All right, so we'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do. Oh, they're going to, the last penalty, excuse me, they called a false start on the Bulldogs. I thought it was a little offsides there, so it's actually going to be 3rd and 13 for the Bulldogs after the 5-yard penalty. Hobson keeps it on the quarterback run. Again, he had 70 yards on 9 carries last week. Definitely an evolution of his game. He's able to run out of bounds. Going to be a little short of the first down, but I think it'll be real 4th and 2-ish. Again, next year, I imagine Hobson, this is one part of his game he is looking to expand. If he can really become a dual threat option for the Bulldogs, that's going to create a lot of problems for other teams next year. The Bulldogs, like I mentioned, only 6 seniors this year, so they will be back with a loaded roster. Pendleton, as I'm looking at their roster now, they have at least 10 different seniors. Could be upwards of 12 now. Anyway, Bulldogs 4th and 2. Can they keep the drive going? Hobson back to pass. Completes on the slant. I believe that's Spike. Yes, Hudson Spike again. Another big conversion for the Bulldogs to keep this going. Hobson, the bullet to Spike. First down. We are just about at 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Here as the Bulldogs try and make their way down the field for one final score of the season. Again, with this loss, the Bulldogs season is unfortunately going to come to an end. They will finish off 5-4 this year. They'll finish 4th in Special District number 5 behind LeGrand, Pendleton, and Crook County. Those 3 teams will all make it to state. Crook County, though, will travel in their first round game. All right, so the Bulldogs, 2nd and 10, ball on the 46. Garvin motioned out, so it'll be 5 men out in patterns for Hobson. He's got some pressure, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked there by Pendleton's number 60, Anthony Crawford. Going to take Hobson down for really a loss of about 8, and that'll bring up 3rd and 18 with 4 minutes to go here. Now that we're under 4 minutes, let me let you know about another one of our wonderful sponsors, Rock & Sons. They have 50 years of experience of providing quality tires and automotive services, and they pride themselves on being there for our customers, their customers. Night and day. So we got a holding penalty. I didn't see the flag, my apologies, on the Bucks. I believe that will be an automatic first down as well. So the Bulldogs get a little bit of a break there instead of the sack. 3.5 minutes now to go. Yes, it is going to be a first down. Anyway, let me get back to Rock & Sons here in the meantime. They are there for their customers day or night. They really are. And they're a Napa Auto Care Center, and they provide 25-hour towing. They're located in LeGrand on the east end of Adams. You got to go check out JB and the boys. Again, 2304 Adams Avenue, or give them a call. Let them know what you need. I'm sure they're going to help you out. 541-963-2757. Again, these sponsors make these broadcasts possible. So if possible, you're looking for some service or a product in need, check them out. Let them know you appreciate what they're doing for these communities, both in LeGrand and Baker City. All right, Hobson looking to pass. Able to get outside. He's going to make something happen with his legs. Runs out of bounds after about a gain of 4. 2.5 minutes now to go in the quarter. And I better let you know about our final sponsor of the evening as you see Hobson here on the replay pick up a few yards. Carpet One Floor and Home. Once the replay comes off, you'll get the graphic on your screen. Carpet One has 3 great locations in Northeast Oregon. Both. One in LeGrand, one in Baker City, and one in Enterprise. They are celebrating 24 years up in Wallowa County. They feature Englander mattresses that are made right here in Oregon. Hobson's pass. Ooh, right through the referee, and is going to be caught by Spike again for a first down. But again, Carpet One Flooring, they got Englander mattresses made in Oregon here. They got natural latex, even copper-infused supportive comfort. So if you got some need in your bedroom for a new mattress, I know I probably do, or some updated floor working, please check them out. Carpet One Floor and Home, located in LeGrand, Baker City, and Enterprise. All right. So with that last pass, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 1:36 to go here in the 4th. They're trying to get a touchdown on the board to end the season. Hobson going deep, looking for Meyer. A little miscommunication on the route there. We'll bring up 2nd and 10. 1:21 in the 4th quarter. Again, running clock with the 42-point lead for the Bucks. And one final reminder, one final pitch here. If you're around Baker City, come on out to the Baker High Gymnasium tomorrow at 11 a.m. I know it's a little early for a Saturday, but the varsity girls volleyball team taking on the Philomath Warriors with a chance to make it to Springfield, the Final 8, and a little bit of a push at a possible state championship. And if you ask them, and you ask me, I think they got a good shot. All right, Hobson here rolls to the left. He's just going to throw it down. Avoid the sack, and we're under 45 seconds to go here. Again, out of the pocket, the pass crossed the line of scrimmage. No issue of grounding there. All right, just about 30 seconds to go. And again, let me just say one final time what a pleasure it's been for me to join you these 4 weeks here, the 4 Baker home games. It's been a lot of fun for me. I've hoped to help you enjoy the coverage a little bit and learn a little bit more about these great young men. Again, as a member of the Baker High School staff, interception there by Pendleton. We'll see what they decide to do with it. If someone can make a tackle, if they're going to stop him, he's going to try and take it back. This is Aaron Barkley making the run. Finally taken down. That will do it. The horn is about to sound. And again, a wonderful time for me this season. I appreciate it. As I mentioned, as a teacher here at Baker High School, I can tell you all of these football players, wonderful young gentlemen. One of the best things about teaching at Baker are these kids. Again, my name was Jesse Taub, or is Jesse Taub. It's been a pleasure all season. Pendleton is going to take this one. They're going to head off to the state playoffs with the number 2 seed out of District 5 behind LeGrand, who has the number 1. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs season is going to come an end, but improvement over last year, and I'm going to say it right now, I expect better things even next year with this team. Again, they're going to finish at 5-4, still over 500, but miss out on the playoffs by 1 win. They'll be back next year. Coach Ramus will have this team ready to roll. All right, I think that's going to do it here for us one final time. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been a pleasure. Have yourselves a great, wonderful fall and winter as the weather is changing. And if you can, come support the ladies for volleyball, 11 a.m. tomorrow in the gymnasium as they continue their march for a state championship. All right, everybody, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much again. Good night.